Here's a little intro until I get one professionally done. Like, comment, and subscribe to join in on the fun. Hello! Today we are in the impromptu Funko Bunko. This is actually just the living room. So I had to find a place since the Funko Bunko, my office, is still not set up. It's a work in progress. But yeah, for now, I'm in the living room and I wanted to come and say hello to you all. It's been a little bit. I actually got my hair cut today, so it's all nice and straight. I can't remember the last time it's been straight. I still need to color it, but I figured I'd do that after the cut. But yay, it's straight and pretty, and I wanted to come and say hi to you guys and let you know what's been up. Yeah. The majority of what has been up is doctor's appointments. There's been a bunch. So, as you all know, I moved to what is this piece of hair doing? It's just like, has a mind of its own. I have to keep, like, it's itchy. Okay. So, as you all know, I've moved to North Carolina from New York. And with that, I've had, look, it's just bouncing as I'm talking. Well, now it's in my mouth. Whatever. I moved from North Carolina, or from New York to North Carolina, and with that, I've had to get reestablished with every doctor that I've had, which has been quite the undertaking. So, what I've been doing is having like 4 or 5 doctor's appointments per week, and it's been kind of exhausting, and it's been hard to fit the YouTube schedule in with that, but I am feeling better. I'm on the mend, so I want to get back into this YouTube thing. As you guys know, I have autoimmune issues. That's part of what's going on with the doctor's offices, but you know, just everything like primary, dentist, gynecologist. I have a rheumatologist. I have a doctor for my knees. I mentioned in a video that I'm having problems with anxiety, so I've been seeing a therapist. The therapist is recommending a medication doctor. Am I missing any? I know there's more. Oh, I've been going to a dermatologist. Yeah, and these appointments, some are weekly, some are not, and some I go and I feel awful afterwards because there's a lot of like poking and prodding. So then that'll be a few days of recovery. So I thought I would come on here because I've gotten a lot of messages of support. You guys facing anxiety, autoimmune issues, and let you know what I've been doing, and maybe you guys can relate, maybe you're just interested, maybe you're not interested, I don't know, but this video is here, and this is what we're going with. So, in New York, I was in the process of meeting with a rheumatologist and trying to finally diagnose the autoimmune symptoms and for like a full diagnosis. The doctors still in North Carolina say that I have fibromyalgia and they're investigating lupus or something else. And the last rheumatologist appointment I had here, they did so many tests. They did a lot of blood work. The appointment was like 3 hours long, and I'm not complaining about any of this. I'm actually very happy that it was so thorough. I feel like I'm getting the best medical care that I've gotten in my life, and a lot of the things that the doctors are telling me here are not correct with what would happen in New York. Like in New York, they were treating me for rheumatoid arthritis, and the doctor here, my primary, actually did a bunch of blood work as well and she said that I don't have rheumatoid arthritis, which was a blood test, and I was on medication for that, which never did anything, and that's why. So, moving here, I've been feeling much better. Autoimmune wise, my pain levels have gone down, but, well, so, yeah, that's all good. I'm still waiting to hear the answers from all the blood work from the rheumatologist. Like I said, he did like 12 vials. It was a lot. Like, I felt like kind of dizzy afterwards, and the blood doctor, the one that takes your blood, I don't know what they're called. I feel like I should know. But anyways, the woman that drew my blood said that the rheumatologist, the doctor that I saw, is the resident vampire. He always requests a ton of blood samples so he can figure out what's going on. And he said it would be a few weeks, and I also have to try to get all my medical history, all my notes, everything from New York, and I've only just started researching that. I don't know if they send you an email of your medical history. I'm not sure. Oh, I also had to see someone for sleep apnea, which I have, and my, this hair. Yeah, so my machine has this message saying motor life exceeded, and so I've been using it for so long that the machine pretty much went kaput. It's still working, but it's pretty much telling me that at any point, like, hey, this isn't gonna work anymore, so I had to go for that. They have to get my sleep studies from Rochester, and if they can't, I have to have a new sleep study, which I'm not looking forward to because I have to sleep without the mask, and if any of you have sleep apnea, you know sleeping without the mask is brutal. So I'd have to go 3 days without the mask just to like get out of the routine of the mask, and then do my test for 4 days. So that's like 7 days without the apnea mask, which is basically like inducing sleep apnea. So I'm scared about that. So I'm really hoping that they can get the test. I have to make more calls and all that jazz. But I was getting to something. Yes, when I was in Buffalo for the eclipse with Jacob, I started having issues with my face again. If you remember, I had a cyst here, which is healing very, very well, by the way. But, here we go again. In Buffalo, or Rochester rather, they kept putting off the surgery to have it removed, and I know you guys were even asking, like, why don't you just get this removed? They kept putting it off. They thought it was going to shrink on its own. My dermatologist here don't know why they thought that. So much so that it started like bothering my ear and my nose. Inside of some of Jacob's videos, or maybe my previous videos, you can see that it was affecting my nose. So I've been going to the dermatologist weekly. They have me on new antibiotics, which have made me super sick. And that's another reason why I haven't been able to film. So I've either been sick from antibiotics, sick from people poking me. There's been a lot of rainy days that with my autoimmune stuff just generally bring me down. But moving here in general, besides the rainy days, I've been in minimal pain, which is great. The gel injections in my knees, which I've been getting for a couple years now, are working great. I've had very little knee pain. I've also lost some weight, which helps. And back to the dermatologist, they were saying that this cyst and the other stuff that was going on that is now being treated very, very, very well with this antibiotic. Why I wasn't on it in Rochester, I don't know. But this infection is the same infection from when I had sepsis in 2010 and was hospitalized for 2 weeks and had multiple surgeries. I had like a 30% chance of survival. It was a whole thing. So just now, the doctors are putting together the sepsis with my autoimmune and with my skin issues, like lumping it all together and saying that the sepsis could have onset the autoimmune issues. When I had sepsis, they said that I should be on an antibiotic long term, and that never happened. I asked about it, but I mean, it was 15 years ago, so at that point I wasn't as outspoken, and I mean, I still have problems advocating for myself, but I've learned that if you don't, like, no one else is going to. So these doctors are working really well with me. I've felt better than I have in years, so I'm very grateful. It's very time consuming, and some days I just feel awful from the appointments, but in general, it's helping immensely. Like, this move has been nothing but positive. My inflammation is down. It's still high. They did my blood work and they said it's still insanely high, but it's down from where it was. They're reevaluating my medicine and trying to find out the best plan, the best action plan, the best everything going forward so I can live my best life. And yeah, that's what's been going on. How are you guys? Yeah, this week alone, I have like 3 different doctor's appointments, and the next week there's like another 2, and more could be added. Who knows? It's just endless. But I am feeling better. I'm still on the antibiotics, but I guess they've finally like plateaued enough that I'm not sick to my stomach every day. So they're still working. Like, I still feel better. I haven't had the ear pain. I haven't had everything like that. So, and they're going to leave me on, I'm on 2 right now. One is the one that makes me sick, and the other one is one that I can be on long term that doesn't have the same effects as like other antibiotics. Like, they say you shouldn't be on them long term. Like, this one's okay to be on long term. So I'm hoping soon, I'm gonna guess within the next 2 weeks, they're gonna take me off the icky one, the one that makes me feel so sick, and then I'll be feeling much, much better, because my pain has been down everywhere else, but this whole sepsis thing, not sepsis currently, but past, and the same bacteria, it looks like they're finally nailing, and that has been tremendous. Yeah, once I'm off the antibiotics, I imagine I'll be feeling much, much better. But you guys have reached out since I've been MIA, and I appreciate that. I appreciate you all checking on me. I'm not gonna lie, there's been days that I've just been in bed for like 3 days straight, so I haven't gotten back to everyone, but I have read all the messages. That's part of the reason I wanted to make this video, because I know a lot of you suffer from autoimmune issues, from anxiety issues, and all of that is kind of intertwined. Like, when I'm anxious and having those kind of problems, my autoimmune issues get worse, and you guys have expressed similar problems, and I wanted to give you an update of what's going on and how I'm feeling. But since we're giving updates, maybe I can give you a little update, a little preview here of all the new things in the living room and otherwise. The bunker, or not the bunker, Jacob's bunker is fine. My bunko, my Funko bunko is in disarray. So that may not be part of the tour, but I'm hoping soon. I'm hoping that I'll be able to get in there. I'm also excited for spring and summer coming. I've been trying to learn about plants. I had my video that spring has sprung and I didn't know a single plant. Jacob's mom showed me an app that you can just like take a picture of the plant and it will tell you what it is. So that has been immensely helpful. I'm trying to clear out all the weeds, make everything nice. So that has taken precedent over the Funko Bunko, the office, as of right now. But I want to show you guys the progress of that in a future video. But for now, let's look at the new stuff in the house, because I'm sure you guys have seen all this weirdness, like this clown, like what's happening? So let's take a look around. So a lot of this is that every time Jacob comes home from a trip, he has new goodies that I love, and they've kind of all been living on these shelves in the living room, maybe permanently. We're still trying to get stuff set up, but this little guy here, Jacob got me recently. It's a Danhausen turtle, and I love him. He is friends with Jacob's monkey turtle man. I know these guys have proper names, but I forget. And here's a picture of Jacob from the Ralph Foster Museum. He brings home all this stuff, and I'm like, where should we put it? We need all the shelves. And here's Jacob at Scare Farm. He visited the Kewpie Museum and in Missouri and got this little Kewpie, and he said he got this one specifically because it is wearing clothes, because he is afraid of the naked Kewpies, like in this puzzle. We have my little Godzilla, the leftover crickets from when Jacob and I went to the Ripley's in Tennessee. We have little Manny from Third Man Records. There's Bucky with some Mothmen in his head, because, you know, that's where you keep Mothmen. We have this clown, which is both scary and delightful. And this one's a bit nicer. It says, "So excited to come see you, Jacob." And the rose petals, this is from the first flowers that Jacob sent me before we had met. We met right after Valentine's Day in person. We had already been talking for like 2 months, and these are the flowers that he sent me and I kept. Here we have my Your Walk, which I featured in a video. It's from Sandra and friends at Northern Traders in Indiana. We have this little coconut clown head. There's so much chaos here. Of course, we have Funkos. This is more Jacob's collection of Funkos here. There's the cocaine bears that I bought him, along with this little ceramic Jacob head that a viewer made, and this little Jacob as well. There's so many little Jacobs. Here are Jacob's gremlins. He has a little toad friend, toadfish friend. I'm not sure of the exact details. Maybe I shouldn't name every single thing here because it may get exhausting. Cammy! Cammy, you want to say hi? Cammy! Hi, Cammy! Okay, back to the stuff. You saw a real cat, and now here is a cat in glasses. There is the Frog Prince. We have Mr. Bob's Big Boy. And then here is the picture from the eclipse in Buffalo. You can also see all this yard stuff sitting here that I have yet to take outside. Oh, and look, and there's Roger and Otis from Northern Traders as well. We still need to hang up a lot of posters, but we do have the poster here from the two-headed T-Rex at Pex Joe's Dime Museum, and it's signed by the gang. And look, here are the seasonal decorations. I was so excited when Jacob came home with this Bucky for me, since now I collect them all. And actually, a viewer sent these tiny Crocs to Jacob, and I decided that Bucky needed to wear them because why not? Continuing on, here is my present for Valentine's Day, one of them. It's our first date. It shows the coordinates here. This is of the Jello Museum in Leroy, New York. I guess it's actually Leroy, New York, but I don't know how to pronounce these things. I always pronounce them incorrectly, and that's super, super sweet. But there's all kinds of fun little friends up here. Here's Jacob's Piggy Weevil, which I love. I watched the video that he received this, and the creator, the guy that made this, is absolutely amazing. I checked out his YouTube channel. You can go to the East Coast Haunters video that Jacob posted and see that, and it's just like magnificent. He is such a cool guy. And here's a bunch of little vials of sand and like Yeti fur, and there's some dirt from Area 51. We have all Jacob's Disney Funkos alongside my Wizard of Oz ones, which look very bare. I'm still waiting to get Emerald City. There's a whole set that has the castle. Is it a castle for the Wizard of Oz? Does he live in a castle? Is that what that is? The big, I've watched this movie 7,000 times and I'm not sure if it's a castle. But regardless, Emerald City is the scene, and the wizard is the Funko that comes with him. So this will go in this blank spot right here. And there's this 3D printed flying monkey that I got Jacob as well. There's some more fun here. It's just never ending. Oh, here's Oni, the postal dog that Jacob brought me home. And then look, I received an Easter lamb butter kit in the mail. I made my own for Easter, and look, now I have a whole structure, a whole kit, a mold to make a professional butter lamb. So I'm very excited. I may have to make one sooner than next Easter. We'll see. And then this area here is my little nook in the bedroom. It has my record player. It has all kinds of fun things. I have these prints that my sister bought me, which I had at my last apartment and are obviously up now as well. There's all kinds of ticket stubs from concerts I've been to. I have a huge pile that I still need to frame and get another frame for. Maybe get a bigger frame and put them all together. I'm not sure. But yeah, this is my little nook. If maybe Anna's watching TV or something, has friends over, or Jacob's editing and I'm tired, I can hang out in here. And there's all kinds of fun little decorations, even on the pictures themselves. This picture here is actually one of my favorite ones of Jacob that I took on my first trip to North Carolina when we drove the Blue Ridge Expressway, I think it's called. It's the Blue Ridge something. But it was super pretty. I was scared to go to the ledge here, so he walked out and posed, and I'm like 15 feet back because I don't like heights. Even if it's a mountain, I don't like standing off the edge. But there's lots of fun stuff. A whole little mess of fun. Here's my pin from the Royal Rumble that I still need to put up. There's a bunch of records. And yeah, this has kind of turned into my little corner. Oh, and the final shelf here. Here are a bunch of stuffed animals that Jacob and I have gotten in our travels, or he has brought home to me. There's a little moose from Colorado. There's a little Mountie beaver. There's a narwhal that Jacob won in a claw machine I was very excited about. There's a plane from the first time I rode on a plane going to see Jacob, first time as an adult. These little dinosaurs that he also won with 2 in 1 shot from a claw machine. There's my longhorns from Texas, mine and Jacob's child. I say that because he has my eyes and Jacob's teeth. A little giraffe, that's mine and Jacob's kind of thing. When we were at the Jello Museum for our first date, there was a giraffe, and since then we've been getting each other all the giraffe goods, you know, like this guy here. And my sea lion from San Francisco, and my lion from my birthday from African Lion Safari. So, thus concludes the tour of new things. Yeah, I am hoping to be posting videos. Usually if I'm not posting, it's because I'm sick. of some sorts, that I'm either like sick with an autoimmune thing, I'm going to doctor's appointments, I'm doing something. So if you see that I'm not posting, it's not because I don't like you. I like everyone. I just am not feeling well. So I will be putting out videos as often as I can. I'm hoping, I said this before, to be posting a lot more, and I am feeling better. So I'm hoping that I will be posting even more so. So I hope you will continue to watch the journeys. Yeah, I'm not sure what else there is to add. I'm hoping to see you guys in future videos. And thank you again for all the encouragement, for the gifts, and I guess that's it.